This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Dani, and I'm the first-time reader who's going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me through this journey. We'd like to acknowledge and thank our executive producers, Brandy and Aaron Kirkwood, Andre the Man in White, Chad Welsh, Sean McGuire, Rikky Morrisette, Giannis, Albert Lorenzo, and Eddie Costello. And before we get into things today, we want to thank and welcome David, Gregory, and Braincase to the Wheel Weaves Patreon team. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support. It really does mean so much to us. In this episode, we are talking about the final chapters in the Fires of Heaven, chapters 55 and 56.
Yeah, we did it. Chapter 55 is The Threads Burn, and chapter 56 is Glowing Embers.
Here we are.
We did it.
We did do it.
Yeah, we're done. That's it.
Very impressed.
And it snuck up on us, and it's like, boom, it's over.
Here we are.
What do we do now? I don't even know.
I know.
Oh yeah, read the New Spring.
We're going to read New Spring.
There you go, okay.
The New Spring?
No, it's just New Spring.
Okay, you're too excited.
Oh, I'm very excited, very excited.
You confused everybody.
Well, it's the prequel, New Spring.
Right, and we do have some information about what that's going to look like coming up after this book.
Yep.
But I want to talk about these chapters first.
Okay.
And then we can deal with that later.
Yeah, I mean, there's like one or two things happen in these chapters. No big deal. But,
yeah,
you know.
A couple things.
Some things.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, since there's only 2 chapters left, one of these chapters is my favorite chapter of the book.
It has to be.
It's gotta be, and
Here
it is
we
here.
go.
I didn't forget about it. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting.
Here we are.
Yes.
Now, I've noticed you haven't asked me how much I enjoy being right.
Oh, we're not gonna
Yet.
talk about that.
Because, oh my god,
About some things.
You know how I got the opposite of a gold star last time? I get double gold stars this time.
Yeah, you
I
did.
am pumping my own tires. Oh my goodness, let me tell you how excited I was.
I gotta say, you figured some stuff out during our conversation. I feel like that's how it went last time.
Yeah, but that was wild predictions at the end.
It's great. It's great.
We'll get to it.
Okay, let's start at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to the end, then we'll stop.
Here we go.
Okay.
That's how this works.
Yes. So I want to start with a fun fact.
Yeah, okay.
And since it's the last episode of this book, this one's going to actually be a bit about us.
Oh.
Yeah, and specifically one of the side projects we're working on right now for the Wheel of Time.
It's a very fun fact, and we've done a terrible job of advertising.
Yeah, so I got
It was brought to my attention on Twitter today.
It was.
How terrible a job we've done.
self-promotion.
So here we are.
We're going to start doing it right now. Okay,
Here we go.
Because we have announced it sort of on our social media and in Discord, but I know not everybody who listens to us takes part in social media. Like me, I'm also not there
Well,
often,
I have to tell you, I haven't announced it on social media until today.
Well, you know, Discord social media, so that counts.
I don't count that.
Okay.
It's not on Instagram.
It doesn't matter. It's going to be there, and it's here for you to listen to me rant and rave about what we're working on.
Okay,
So,
go ahead.
We recently partnered up with the creator of a dedicated spoiler-free website for the Wheel of Time, and the website is called Splicky. It's a spoiler-free wiki. So, while the majority of the content currently is WOT-related, it's actually already incorporating other series as well. So it's very exciting, but specifically for Wheel of Time, that's what we are focused on right now, obviously. So the reason why I was really excited to team up with Splicky is because for so many series, not just Wheel of Time, but like especially if you're not up to date with the latest information and you're not caught up on the latest book or anything like that, it's next to impossible to search for anything related to the book or the characters on the internet. Because I can just imagine you,
Oh my god.
like Googling Randall Thor
Don't
or
do
literally
it.
any of the characters, and it would be just a disaster. It'd be
Don't do
terrible.
it.
Yeah, don't do that. So the way Splicky works is as soon as you hit the site and click on Wheel of Time, you'll get prompted to select your bookmark. So tell us where you are currently at in the series. And then every single article on Splicky is tagged with the appropriate chapter relevance, so you only ever see information that is spoiler-free and personalized to you as the reader for where you are in the series.
I don't know anything about technology, and that actually sounds amazing.
It is.
I have
it's
no
awesome.
idea how that works.
So we didn't design this website.
No, we didn't.
But if you ever want to get in contact with the creator of Splicky, he's on our Discord, and you can talk directly to him for any questions, anything you need help with.
If you want to write an article,
Yeah.
we want Oh, am I jumping in?
You're jumping into it here. Okay, I got some fun facts about Splicky for you. So, as of this recording, the site was launched about a year ago, and there's currently over 350 completed articles and over 1,100 article sections currently being worked on. So, lots of data, lots of information for you to check out. Now, besides, like I was saying, you can talk directly to the creator on our Discord or through the site. We also have some moderators from our actual fan base who are currently helping us write articles and pump out more information. So big thanks to everybody who's helping us with that right now.
Yeah.
Now, another cool feature of Splicky is called the article request feature. So if there's something that we haven't gotten caught up on yet and you need that information sooner rather than later, you can send like a request to make sure we tackle that first. And then last, like you were mentioning here, is that we can definitely use a few more moderators and articlers. So if you want to go and log into Splicky, you can actually add data to the site to help us out. And it's not just for the books. There's also already a page for the TV show because we are going to be covering that on Splicky as well. So if you're interested in helping out, you can go directly to splicky.com, SPLIKI, or you can reach out to us and we will help get you set up with that. So,
and I will put the link in the description of this episode.
Yes, awesome. So check it out, splicky.com.
Awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
So let's get into this.
Okay. And I know we're already like 10 minutes into recording.
Yeah.
But before we get started, we should probably take a shot.
Signature shot, end of the book. We did it.
Signature end of the book shot.
We are officially a third of the way done the series.
1/3.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And the next book is so short.
So short, and then we get like the longest book of the series.
And then we get the longest one.
But that's okay. It's a really good one, trust me.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Cheers. To
Yeah.
the end of The Fires of Heaven.
Fires of Heaven.
And my new official favorite book of the series.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Was it the last 2 chapters that did it?
No.
Okay, cheers. Favorite book of the series, hey?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I get it. I love this book.
It was
This is
so
a great
good.
book.
It was just the most unpredictable so far.
Okay.
And you know that's what I love in
That
a
is
book.
what you're here for.
Especially in like an action fantasy book with all sorts of crossing paths and what's going to happen next.
It's the catch me off guard.
That's what keeps me reading. That's what keeps me turning pages. And that's what this book was.
Awesome.
So
awesome. Okay.
There we are. All right. Last time we were here, everyone was showing up in Caemlyn up in here.
Yeah.
We're in the real world. We're in the dream world. We're traveling. We got hordes of Aiel with us.
Yeah.
We got a Forsaken on an Adam with us.
There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, so we have Nynaeve heading to Caemlyn with Moghedien.
Yeah, because she just captured her.
In Teleran-Riyadh. And we have Rand in Caemlyn with all of his Aiel on his super sneaky, not so sneaky raid.
Yeah, and the most important thing that happened right before the chapter ended.
Everybody died.
Everybody literally died. Very literally. It was a very confusing moment.
But yeah, dead.
Confirmation, they legit died last chapter.
They did.
Yes.
And then they
It wasn't a fake out. It wasn't like Matt's just lying far away from his boots and smoking, but he's okay.
Yeah, and Avianda's
skin is turning cold, but she's fine.
Yeah,
she's just resting.
It's not that. It's dead.
Dead, yeah.
So that's where we left.
Luckily, we have a workaround for that, turns out, so hey.
That's what I predicted.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm happy to know that something is clicking in my brain.
Okay.
Because even as I was saying it, last episode at the end where you're like, what's going to happen? Why won't they die? And I was like, I don't know, balefire or something?
Doesn't makes sense.
That
there you
turn
go.
back time somehow?
Yes. I have an analogy for you later that'll help make sense of things. Or anyone who is, confused by it.
And I tried to be like, remember Matt when he was hurt and then it unhurt him?
Yeah.
And you were like, that doesn't count. That was different. But it's the same.
It's the same.
Yeah. Oh man, I was so excited.
Yeah.
I wish you were around when I was actually reading.
There's a few things that obviously we find out these chapters that I am guilty of trying to lead you astray.
Clearly.
But that's what I'm here for.
Chapter 55, the threads burn.
Yep.
Chapter symbol, the Aes Sedai symbol.
Yeah. Yep.
The like banner, right? That the Aiel are carrying. That's essentially what this is now.
Yes, that's a good analogy. Yeah. That's the banner.
Right? Because it's the crimson and the circle, the Aes Sedai symbol.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we enter Rand perspective. He's just shown up in front of Rahvin through the traveling gateway, and he was clearly surprised by Rand.
Yep.
So now Rand is in the middle of this battle with Rahvin and Caemlyn, and he seems to have the upper hand.
A little bit. Like, we jump into the battle's been going for a little bit now.
Yeah, and we get the writing's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been a while. There's been lots of casualties in this fight so far because Rahvin is sacrificing whoever he needs to.
Right, and he seems to be on the defense.
Yes.
By attacking and fleeing, and Rand is the, like, pursuer.
Yeah, it's basically like guerrilla warfare right now for Rahvin, where he's like attack, run away. And Rand, that's the issue, is that Rand really can't catch him right now. No. So saying that he has the upper hand is even like maybe. We'll see how that goes.
He's not the one fleeing from Rahvin.
Fleeing's a strategy, though, for Rahvin,
no,
right?
clearly. But that's what I'm saying is Rand isn't the fleeing.
He's not running away in desperate. He's tracking him down, so that's fair.
We also get that Rahvin is really strong and sneaky, but Rand has his Angreal, which is important.
Gives him the upper hand.
Yes. So now Rand reaches a corridor that he's familiar with, because it's the one that he walked down with Elaine and Gawain the day he met Morgaze.
Yes.
And then this really sets off.
I was gonna say it starts as like a sweet thing, like it's like then it gets really bad really fast.
And then Lews Therin is there, and then we get this back and forth between Rand and his feelings about Morgaze.
Yeah.
And then Elaida and her foretelling. And maybe if he had just like let Elaida do what she wanted with him, Morgaze wouldn't have died. It was a whole thing. He goes down a spiral. Real fast.
And it's a back and forth between his thoughts and Lews Therin's thoughts.
Because Lews Therin is all about Ilyena all the time.
And even like the Lews Therin is there no forgiveness? I did what I did in madness. Is there no mercy?
And then he even thinks at one point, I'm still mad. Or was that last chapter? I just remember specifically Lews Therin thinking, I'm still mad. And so that answers the question about whether or not Lews Therin in his head is currently tainted.
Oh, yeah.
Or, like, fine. Turns out not fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, assuming that he's real. So, I mean, there's that too. There's a lot of question marks around Lews Therin.
I don't have time. I don't have
time for him to be not
the
real.
Psychology degree required.
And then it is important to note that the end of this thought process, both Rand and LTT think I deserve death. So that's good. That's where we're at.
Not great. So now back to this, because Rand hears footsteps behind him and like 24 soldiers come around the corner led by a Fade. And so there is literally zero competition at this point. Rand channels and just like destroys them.
He like freezes them all to death. Rand has seriously leveled up in his channeling. Like, back to the farm boy where he was fighting, like, a couple of Trollocs or whatever it was.
Yeah, we mentioned that last time.
But, like, here, he just straight up slaughters, like, 30 people.
It's at once.
Done.
Yeah. Now, there's a man and a woman servant huddled in the corner, and we get a little bit of compassion. Important to note that this is still here. He's still...
Yeah.
Got this side of him.
He's not murdering everyone.
He's like, I'm not going to hurt you, but if you stay here, you'll probably die. Get out.
That's actually a good point, because he's not murdering everybody in his path, but these soldiers being led by a Fade, they deserve it. Yeah, for sure.
So Rand keeps searching for Rahvin, and he only has a moment's notice to throw himself down, because then Rahvin tries to balefire him. God, and so Rand thinks so much for the Forsaken not using balefire.
And what does he do?
He throws balefire back.
Balefire's back, yeah.
Fine, if you can do it, so can I.
Everybody's going to do just a little bit of balefire, just like moderation of the balefire. It's all fine.
Nope, that's actually not what happens.
Well, I mean, that's what Moiraine was doing. She was like moderation.
She was like little bit. But then by the end here, it's not little bit.
It's not little bit. It's that's the only thing you do now.
It's all balefire.
It's all balefire. This is good.
So Rand throws balefire back. It doesn't hit Rahvin. Yeah. But Rahvin is not sticking around.
Right.
So Rand chases after him, and he feels a residue in the air, and he recognizes it.
This is important. We get, like, definitions for what the traveling, the gateways, the skimming.
Right.
It should all make sense here. We can clear it up.
Okay, well, so this residue he feels is different from the gateway that he used to skim to Caemlyn, and it's different from the one he used to travel into the throne room.
Yeah.
But he has seen it before. It's like the one he made by accident.
Yeah.
In Tyr to go after Baalzamon.
Yes.
Ishamael.
Ishi, yeah, who is Baalzamon.
That's right.
So the gateway is basically the door.
Yep.
Skimming is the platform in blackness, and you got to go across it. And then capital T traveling is the immediate gateway portal through. That's like what Avienda and him took.
That's right.
To go to Shan-Chan.
Yeah. And what
then,
Lanfear and
exactly.
they're using.
That's like the direct portal. And then you can also make a gateway into Tel'aran'rhiod to go there in the flesh. In person.
Not good.
Not, well, you know, differing opinions here.
Apparently not good. You lose part of yourself.
I got some stuff to say because we've had contention with this point before, and I'm going to bring it up again.
Okay, contention, you say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And this is what Rand did when he had that crazy battle with Ishi back in the Stone of Tyr.
That's why
nothing made sense.
Well, nothing made sense. Yeah. And this whole thing with Rand following Rahvin in Tel'aran'rhiod, and then Nynaeve also being there for this battle in Tel'aran'rhiod.
Yes.
Reminds me of being in Tyr in The Dragon Reborn when Perrin was doing some battling in Tel'aran'rhiod, and I wanted them to run into each other, and they never did.
You want Perrin to be here? Well, it turns out...
No.
Okay.
That's not what I said.
That's what I heard.
Back in The Dragon Reborn,
right.
in the Stone of Tyr, I kept speculating that Rand was going to find Perrin.
That makes sense,
in Tel'aran'rhiod.
Because you want Perrin to... You miss him so much.
I want him to show up in Tel'aran'rhiod.
You got a full book? No Perrin.
And it's my favorite one.
I wonder why. Crazy coincidence.
You know, no Loyal, though.
That's true, too.
No Loyal, no Gaul.
Yep. A lot of good characters missing out. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to it. The rule of thumb here is that if something doesn't make sense, it's happening in Tel'aran'rhiod.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's right. But the thing is, even though Rand recognizes this as something he's done before,
right,
he doesn't actually know what Tel'aran'rhiod is.
He doesn't know what the World of Dreams is. No one's told him.
He's been there before.
And the wise ones are with him all the time, and they're pretty good at this stuff.
When Egwene hasn't.
And Nynaeve, they're all around him. They could be talking to him.
And he sort of is like, hey, wait a minute. But he doesn't figure it out, that it's like dream world.
He does, well, and again, he doesn't have any formal education and zero people telling him things. Like, even Egwene had the ability to have Amis be like, World of Dreams, yo.
World of Dreams.
Yeah, and Varen to pass off and be like, this is how you get to Tel'aran'rhiod. It's called the World of Dreams, and all that explanation.
And also for Perrin, Moraine explained the wolf dream is like Tel'aran'rhiod.
And then Hopper's like, this is how the world works,
basically. Yeah, they all got information
and Rand gets
about this.
Nothing.
No, he doesn't. But he's also been to, like, Portal Stone realms.
He's been everywhere.
So he has no idea what different realms even are.
Yeah.
He's figuring it out for himself.
He does have to, which is really annoying at the very end of this. But anyways, I did want to point out here that Rand also thinks he hasn't heard LTT's thoughts since he used the balefire.
Okay.
And he might be helpful at this point because LTT might know something about Tel'aran'rhiod, but he's not here.
Which is interesting that he's thinking that, because when LTT was trying to help him beat Lanfear, he wouldn't listen.
Yeah, but now he wants to listen a little bit.
Okay,
all his friends are dead.
Whatever, Rand. Okay, so Rand is running through the palace in Tel'aran'rhiod, and he starts feeling insubstantial. And so he
misty.
Raises his arm, and he's basically fading away.
That's bad.
And then he starts to turn into Lews Therin?
Yes.
Question mark?
Yeah, that's basically what's happening right now.
Okay, because he's having this internal battle, telling himself, I am Rand al'Thor. He's fighting, becoming Lews Therin. He can even see Lews Therin's face.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I see this guy who must be Lews Therin.
Yes. So the reason why this is an attack that's happening, it's not LTT trying to take over in his brain and Rand realizes that. It's Rahvin who's attacking Rand by trying to turn him into Lews Therin, basically.
Ooh, this is a good move.
It's a great move because, well, a few reasons.
From Rahvin. Bad for Rand.
Yeah. But consider this, because we do know that in Tel'aran'rhiod you can turn people into other things.
Yeah.
Brigida into a baby. Basically.
And Nynaeve, who turned herself into one of the wise ones one time.
Yeah.
And,
so if Rahvin has any inclination,
the baby thing.
If Rahvin has an inclination that Rand is struggling with a LTT identification issue, and he's trying to transform him into that person, and Rand's fighting back, it's a really good move. But luckily, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
Rand fights it off.
Right.
Because he's already having these struggles and he's really, really stubborn about it.
Yeah, and so at this point in the book, I was reading, oh no, is this that being here in the flesh thing?
Yeah. That's not quite what this is.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. All right. Moving on, though.
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
Okay. Rand spends a minute here trying to figure out some of the rules of Tel'aran'rhiod.
I like this.
Like, he focuses on a rose bush and makes it melt to nothing, but then it pops back into existence, and he figures that this place does have some limits.
Yeah, I love this part. This is such a powerful statement by Rand, because he's like, this is a weird place. Let's figure out some rules. Okay, figured it out. Let's move forward. And it's very different from what the women do when they're here, where they're struggling and fighting against things. And Rand's just kind of like, I'll go with it. Like, I'll figure it out as I go. He's a little bit more relaxed about the rules.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just my personal, the way I view it.
Fair. So then Rand figures that Rahvin must have a visual on him to attack him like this in Tel'aran'rhiod. So he just, like, lets out some lightnings all over the place, and then
maybe I'll get him.
Keeps moving.
Yeah.
And then we get a note that Rand wants to see Rahvin die, or he won't believe he's dead.
Got a healthy relationship with wanting to murder Rahvin.
Well, that's
Gonna
fine.
rip your heart out.
I like it.
It's great.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, and you gotta see the kill, otherwise they're not really dead.
That's what I've been saying.
That's what your rule is.
That is my rule. All right, and then we get a perspective change.
We do.
And
snip, snap, snip,
not
snap.
the last one of this. Exactly. So we get Nynaeve and Moghedien, and I was like wondering when they were going to show up.
Yeah.
So here we are. Nynaeve and Moghedien are in Tel'aran'rhiod, in Caemlyn.
In Caemlyn, in person. It's
and
great.
They're currently doing their best not to get killed by the random attacks.
That's not helping.
Rand and Rahvin are throwing all over the place. So she recognizes the balefire and from like Tanchico.
Yes.
And she doesn't want to be anywhere around that.
Yeah, and she hasn't technically seen Rahvin or Rand yet.
No.
But there's like they're just doing random crazy attacks
Lightning
all over
everywhere.
the place.
Yeah.
And I will note here that Nynaeve doesn't remember how to actually do the balefire.
No, that was like an instinctual thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Avienda doesn't remember how to open a gateway.
Yeah,
to
they
travel.
did it once because, had to do it. Can't do it again.
Fair. Now, Moghedien is having a really bad time here.
Real bad, yeah.
She's attempted to take the collar off
Again.
several times.
Again, yeah. A lot of times.
The first time caused her to throw up.
Yeah.
And now at least her stomach's empty.
So she's just like dry heaving.
Yeah.
It's gross. Yeah.
Moghedien stopped cooperating when she realized that Rand and Rahvin were here in Tel'aran'rhiod.
Yeah.
Because she's a coward and wants to leave.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be here. And like, I kind of get it. Because she also doesn't want to die.
No!
And she's being led by Nynaeve, who basically knows nothing.
Out of everyone that we've met in this series, Moghedien wants to die the least.
That's... I like
She's
that.
an escaper.
Yeah.
She wants to get out of here. She wants to be nowhere near this.
Yeah.
So she begs with Nynaeve for them to get away and says they're here in the flesh. The flesh, I tells ya!
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And so she claims that being in Tel'aran'rhiod physically creates some limits on your control of the dream in some ways.
Yeah.
But it also makes them way more dangerous in other ways.
Yeah, and we don't really fully understand the rules,
No,
but
we don't.
it definitely does something. Being here physically, in the flesh, in person, is different than just like dreaming yourself in here.
Mm-hmm. And Moghedien is freaking out because she doesn't want to get murdered.
Yeah.
So Moghedien calls Nynaeve a brainless fool, and it doesn't matter how brave Nynaeve is, this collar isn't going to help any, and the men being here in the flesh means that this is a suicide mission.
Yeah.
So then Moghedien says, I'm not helping anymore, and I'm not moving. I'm just sitting here, and you can drag me if you want.
Yeah. I mean, it's a decent plan.
It's okay.
It's okay for a little while, and then it just like doesn't work.
And then Nynaeve tries to threaten her with a beating, and it's not enough to get Moghedien on board with this plan.
No, because she's like, I'll take the beating over literally getting murdered by Rahvin and or Rand or both.
By accident.
By accident or on purpose. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'll just sit here and take the beating.
Yeah. And so then Nynaeve decides it's time to go full wisdom.
Yeah, I want to get your take on this.
On her butt. Literally.
On her butt, yeah.
Literally on her butt.
It's an interesting thing that happens here.
Yeah, she's used to being around stubborn women in the
Yeah.
Two Rivers.
But also, not just stubborn women, but it's like children. Like, it's the whole spanking your child when they're not listening.
Or women.
Or women.
I feel like as the head of the women's circle in Emmons Field,
Yeah.
she's also spanked women who aren't following the rules.
Yeah, because it's a very interesting, like, reaction from Moghedien.
You know, I have to say, culturally...
Yes, yeah.
It reminds me of the wise ones making the grown Aiel dress like children.
Right.
You get a punishment to remind you of how immature you're acting.
You're acting like a child, and if you're going to act like a child, I'm going to treat you like a child.
Right. Spanking.
Okay, not condoning spanking. Don't do it. But anyway.
But culturally, that's what Nynaeve knows.
And in the series, like, that's a thing that happens, so it kind of makes sense.
Yes.
And then Moghedien's reaction to that is like the outrage and humiliation to being spanked like a child.
Yeah. Yes.
And then Nynaeve goes a little bit overboard.
A little bit. And let me tell you, I just had my first course for my trauma and resilience class.
Okay.
For my master's in...
You're going to hit us with some knowledge?
Supporting children's mental health. Yes.
Throw some knowledge there. Let's do this.
It turns out that whenever there's shame associated with any sort of trauma, it sticks with you forever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you feel humiliated, that's something that you're never gonna forget. And it's gonna stick with you. And there's a lot of resiliency that the human brain has where we can sort of like get over it and move on.
Yeah.
But whenever you think back to that like 6th grade
dodgeball
class where you peed your pants or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's crazy that you say that because it's the whole shame,
yes.
clang a bell and say shame, right? Like
yes.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But it makes sense that shame sticks with... That's crazy that you said that.
Yeah.
It doesn't go away.
It's not crazy. It's science. It's neuroscience.
Science. But I mean, that's the neuroscience behind it.
Neuroscience facts with Dani.
Shame and humiliation has been a form of punishment forever.
Yes.
Like, that's a thing, and people figure that out, that it's gonna work, and it's gonna stick with you forever.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Here we are.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, good to know that Moghedien's never gonna forget this.
Probably not, no.
That's bad for, like, repercussions to...
Or good, maybe.
No.
We'll get back to
asterisk, maybe, question mark.
Well, because...
What happens after?
It depends on how she decides to look at it. If she is pissed off that she was humiliated and wants to come after Nynaeve for revenge, maybe. Or maybe this makes her think...
I never want to see her again?
Don't fuck with Nynaeve.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of situation. Maybe.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay. So anyways, we get this whole thing where Moghedien's wrapped up in air, being spanked like a little child, and then Moghedien is basically frantically jerking and nodding, trying to get Nynaeve to stop because she goes overboard.
She's going overboard a little bit too much, but, it is what it is, so...
And I mean...
In Nynaeve's brain, it's ends justify the means.
Well, I mean, like, let's think back to what Moghedien did to Nynaeve.
Well, it's the whole she deserves it situation, so I get where Nynaeve... She's got to get it done. She needs Moghedien to cooperate, so she's going to beat her silly.
Probably.
And here we are.
So now it looks like she's back on board.
Yeah, she's back on board. She's on the team.
Here we are.
Part of the team.
You know what?
Ends justify the means.
We're going to move on.
That's the dilemma.
And we're not going to talk about...
Okay.
Yeah, that. So, Nynaeve finally hears some footsteps. She's not sure whose they are, Rand's or Rahvin's.
Yeah.
But they chase them.
Let's do it.
So, she thinks about how much of a coward Moghedien is after all these years of hiding in the shadows.
Because she's a spider.
And it actually makes her feel pretty brave.
Yeah.
And here's, like, that full circle moment for Nynaeve for this whole book.
A little bit.
Feeling like a coward, feeling like everything she does is not good enough or not brave enough, and here she is feeling braver than Moghedien.
Yeah, it's like you've literally beaten a Forsaken twice now.
Here she
Come on, Nynaeve.
Here we are.
And so it gets better.
So we get a perspective change.
Yeah.
This is the snap.
Snap. This is the snap. That's right.
The snap to the snip.
Yeah.
So Rand steps out into the courtyard, and he's had some tough lessons fighting Rahvin and Teleran so far.
Yes.
Rahvin is making benches turn into creatures to attack Rand.
Yep.
Turning the air to water, making giant fish with sharp teeth attack him.
It's freaking sharks with laser beams on their heads. It's crazy.
Sharks with laser beams. So Rand is striking back with balefire everywhere, doing what he can to survive.
Like the wand, just like whipping it around. Balefire everywhere.
Oh my god.
But here's the thing. This is very similar to the Balsamon, Teleran, the Dragon Reborn battle, where he was like, Rand was not aware of what was happening, but Ishii was throwing all sorts of crazy stuff, like, oh, the room's fire, now it's water, now there's no air.
Yeah.
And Rand was like countering everything really fast.
Yeah.
And we barely knew what was happening.
Right. Okay, same with here.
Yeah.
And now clearly Rand is on the defense.
Yeah,
If he was on the offense before, he is no longer offense.
He is doing bad.
He's not doing great.
Yeah.
So his side wound has also nearly torn open again.
But not officially.
Not all the way.
Yeah.
He's got bite marks everywhere.
Yeah.
And he hasn't even been able to get a good shot at Rahvin.
Can't do it. Yeah, he's a bit out of his league, and that might be due to LTT not being here to help out.
Maybe. Not really, though. I really don't think Rand would be listening if he could hear him.
I never know.
Nah, I know.
Never know.
I know Rand.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you know Rand? Okay, let's keep going.
So Rand notices the remnant of another gateway, and he rushes to get close, and he realizes too late that it's a trap.
Oh no, it's a trap.
Yes.
Admiral Akbar. We talked about it again.
So many traps,
yeah,
so many
okay.
traps. So the gateway was a trap, and suddenly now Rand's body is like writhing. Long hairs start to cover his hands.
Yeah.
They're turning into paws.
It's bad.
Rand struggles to hang on to himself as a person, and Rahvin is turning him into some kind of beast that can't channel.
Yeah, so he's basically transforming him into an animal. This is a crazy move.
Right, and
similar
he's like
to the
losing
LTT
his
thing.
grasp on Saidin.
Because the animal can't channel.
Because Luce Theron could still channel.
Yes.
Realistically.
Yeah.
But
and this is like Rand is losing here.
Yeah.
Like, just to point it out, this is the point where had Nynaeve not been here, Rand loses.
I know, and I think that this is a great Nynaeve moment because she's had to be saved so many times.
Yeah.
That it's really nice that she gets the
to do the
saving. To do the saving.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Rand is pulling as much Saidin as he can, using the Angry Girl. He's almost lost it completely, and he thinks about one last attempt at a strike at one of the balconies or windows to kill Rahvin.
Yeah.
At complete random.
Yeah, and there's like a bunch of them. So this is actually a super important part too, because right now for Rand, he's currently trying and attempting to pull in as much Saidin as humanly possible through himself and the Angriel, and that's going to come into play later.
In like 1 second.
When it's like, boom,
Rand.
all of it rushes in.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I just want to point that out, that he's really pulling real hard at everything he can.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Another snip.
This is the snip. Back.
To Nynaeve.
Yep.
She's still chasing down the sound of boots. She's been following it for a while and even caught a glimpse of the man.
Just a little bit.
Thinking it was Rand, but it wasn't. And it's interesting because this is like 3 minutes back in time.
Yeah, that's
right?
the snip.
Every time we get the snip snap, it's a little bit back in time from where we were. So
yeah, I like it. It's a great...
interesting because it almost gives a feel of that I'm watching a movie or a show.
Yeah, it's very like the end of The Great Hunt in Fallman. We got like the back and forth.
And where everyone
Doming
is
on the boat
at this
and...
minute.
Yes.
Yes, and exactly how it would be if you're watching TV where you're going back and forth characters to characters at the same moment.
Hey, you know?
Here we are.
TV was invented already when these books came out.
Whoa.
So, crazy.
It's crazy.
But there's like a lot, so much of Nynaeve and Moghedien running down hallways.
Up and down hallways,
so
up
much.
steps, down hallways, more pausing, peeking around corners.
But wait, they peek around a corner, but there's nothing there.
Yeah, and Nynaeve is aware that she needs to surprise Rahvin
Yeah.
to even stand a chance. Because,
which is fair, yeah.
You know...
Forsaken and stuff.
And so Moghedien is at least trying to be quiet.
Yeah.
Because she also doesn't want to die.
Yes, she does get the situation she's in, so...
So Nynaeve thinks about her and Moghedien's strength being about equal, but Moghedien insists that men are stronger, even though Moraine said they're not, or something like that.
Yeah, well, Aes Sedai have that saying, like, because men are typically better with earth and fire, but women are stronger with air and water.
Right.
So there's no fire that can't be put out or no earth that can't be eroded, by the different powers. So
it's
just like a correlation.
It's a total White Tower bullshit thing.
It is. It's like
I get it.
It's the way it is.
Propaganda.
Men are stronger physically and with the power. Women are not as strong, but women have a lot of advantages.
Tricks and stuff.
Well, plus they could do things like link together.
Right. Got it.
So, there's a lot of advantages to being a woman over a man for a lot of reasons.
Not if you're alone.
I mean, plus the madness thing. But, not a big deal. So,
Well, that didn't exist before.
It's been like 3,000 years, okay? Okay?
Okay.
Can we get to it? Can we get to the good part?
Yeah, here we go. Okay. So, Nynaeve makes it to the next hall. Another peek around the corner.
No, yeah, there
he is.
There he is. We got it. We figured it out. Okay.
So Rahvin is staring at one of the windows very intently,
yeah,
with sweat on his face, and he seems to be smiling, and whatever he's staring at has his full attention.
He's turning Rand into basically Pumbaa right now. That's what's happening.
Turning him into something. So Nynaeve doesn't hesitate, and like, why she chooses this?
What else is she gonna do? She doesn't know how to do balefire. She could do a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Or a fireball. And I gotta tell you...
She doesn't even do fireball. She lights the room on fire.
That's the best kind of fireball.
And it's like... The problem is, she doesn't have enough experiencing battling other channelers.
No, she doesn't, but that's like a legit thing. But that's a really, really good point.
Because if there was a room of like Trollocs and Fades and you light the room on fire... Good move.
You made a very, very, very good point, because there's something to be said about if channelers are fighting each other back and forth, it's a very different kind of battle than just fighting a non-channeling being.
Throw a brick at his head.
Exactly, yeah.
Air cudgel, knock him out.
But
that's
how
what Rahvin
good...
was trying to do to Lanfear.
That's what I'm saying. Nynaeve doesn't know how to fight channelers, but also, do Aes Sedai, are they do they have dueling clubs?
No.
Do they know how to fight dreadlords? Because we get that whole deal later too.
You know, I think it's first year when you're 11 at Hogwarts.
Right?
You learn dueling.
And it's just fuck, yeet the wand out of his hands, and it's like, done. There you go.
Nope. Second year. It's Guild Royal Alchemy.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah.
First, you got to learn how to hold the wand first year.
Yeah.
Second year.
Dueling.
Out of the hands. There you go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now we got to take a shot.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Okay, so here, cheers to throw a snake at you spell.
No.
It's snakes.
I'm going to talk to a snake and not really understand that I'm talking to snakes.
Yeah, it's like I would cast a second spell while Harry is talking to the snake and having a fucking conversation, so...
No, everyone's freaked out.
Oh, yeah, because this is a snake.
God.
Oh, no.
No, freaked out by Harry talking parcel tongue.
Going psst, psst, psst.
Yeah. God.
Okay, well, here's to Nynaeve just doing her best. But her best isn't good enough.
No, it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. And she was so close.
But, okay.
You know, they work together, but they don't know they're working together.
To be fair.
Teamwork makes the Forsaken die.
To be fair, it does actually work. Because Rand's perspective of Rahvin, after he gets lit on fire by Nynaeve, he's like charred.
Oh, yeah. It's not great.
He's burned. Like his milky eye looking at her. Like he is burned to a crisp.
Oh, the descriptive language here.
Yeah.
Is wild.
Yes.
But
it's also...
he's not dead. And he stops the fire from touching him.
That's true.
Because she catches him off guard, he is totally surface level burnt.
Yes. It works.
Yeah.
It was just not like a killing blow.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna die.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a combo. It was a very Matt and the women in the cell situation.
Yeah, they needed each other.
They needed each other because if one of them wasn't there, they would die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Notice how nobody complains that Rand didn't thank Nynaeve?
Not yet. Oh.
You telling me that people complain about that?
You know what?
The amount that people complain about the women not thanking Matt?
Okay, let me.
I know, different situation. I'm just like literally lighting a fire, a gas fire, and I'm throwing it and I'm running away.
More gas on it. That's okay.
I'm just gonna
more gas.
I'm gonna run away.
I'm gonna play defense on this one, just because of the way that the women responded to Matt's presence is very different than Rand's response to Nynaeve being here. He's like, I figured one of you would be here.
Devoid of emotion.
Yeah, but he also says, I figured one of you would be here. I saw the fire, and I figured that it was either you or ...
Yeah, no
Is
thank
this
you,
where
though.
you meet? Yeah, it wasn't, but it wasn't like a, what are you doing here? Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, you're
like,
right.
I know that I'm right.
No, I know that, but
yeah.
I still had to point it out.
Neutral is better than ungrateful.
Fair.
Yeah.
But they were also embarrassed, perhaps?
Sure. What other excuses do you have for them?
That's it.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Shall we continue?
Yes, let's go on.
Okay.
You're always so annoying. Why do you say annoying things all the time? I thought I had a good point.
Pretty sure that's why I'm here. You're the one who described your comment as pouring gas on a fire and running away.
Yeah,
so,
that's
okay.
what I like to do sometimes.
Pour some gas on Rahvin and then run away. It's like...
Oh, that would have been better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, can you channel gas? Gasoline?
You could imagine gasoline. They don't have gasoline in this world right now, but, you know, maybe next year.
A bunch of fire sticks. What does the Lucha call them?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yep.
You're onto it now.
They have combustibles.
Yeah.
All right. Now we can move on for sure.
Okay, back to the snap. Are we done here with Nynaeve? She's gonna die. Rahvin turns around, is like, ooh, I'm angry.
Yes, because she lights the room on fire and then, yeah.
He does his bubble of clear air.
Snap. Back to Rand. He sees fire burst out of one of the windows above him, and as that happens, the struggle within him that's like turning him into an animal stops abruptly, and all the siding he was trying to pull suddenly rushes into him.
That's the important bit, because now literally every scrap of the power that he was ever reaching for, it's all in him.
Yeah, and so Rand sees Rahvin stumble backwards out onto the balcony. He's basically encased in fire.
Yeah, he's not on fire anymore, but he was.
But his flesh is burnt.
Yeah.
And Rand takes the opportunity and unleashes everything he has at Rahvin and hits him with a giant stream of...
balefire!
Of course.
That's the best one.
That's what it is.
That's what you use.
Here we are. So, balefire hits Rahvin.
Yeah.
And he's gone.
Yes.
Like, ceases to exist, gone.
Gone. Not like Darkhound in Ruidian.
Where they
gone.
sort of like turn to motes,
fizzle,
winked out.
They're like trying to fight it.
Rahvin is just gone.
Gone.
And so Rand pauses for a moment and then runs up to where Rahvin was to see if there's anything that will convince him that what he did, in fact, just killed Rahvin.
Yeah, like, is there a body? Is there anything? Gotta get some evidence.
No, he's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Back to the snip?
Yeah, except at what point are we gonna talk about Rahvin ceasing to exist?
Sure.
And the ramifications on the rest of the world?
Sure. Yeah, we can talk about that.
I mean, like, I get that we get that in a little bit.
Yeah.
With the, people not dying.
People not dying.
But how far back does that go?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know what? I have a point in my notes.
Do you want the metaphor?
Sure.
So the way balefire works is people or souls are described as threads in the pattern.
Right.
So think of a literal piece of thread, and if you take a lighter to a piece of thread and burn it, it's going to burn the thread off, but it's also going to burn back a little bit, because that's how fire works on thread. But the bigger the flame, the further back the thread will burn. So that's like the person's soul and their impact on the pattern. So that's why balefire cuts you off and burns back a little bit. So it's not a perfect system, as we get to see from what happens with people who do live and some people who don't, and we don't really know. It's not like a perfect system, and that's why we also got that balefire is real bad to use in big amounts, because you have no idea what's going to actually happen.
Yeah, okay. And I do have a point I was saying in my notes that we can talk to later.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a good spot to have like this conversation, because I do have a couple theories.
Okay. Let's come back to that then.
Yes. Okay. Are we snipping or snapping?
I think
I've lost
snip.
Track.
The snip is the Nynaeve.
Okay, snip to Nynaeve. She's battling Rahvin, so we're like back in time 3 seconds. And she's throwing everything she can into this fire. Well, basically everything that Moghedien has, technically.
Yeah.
That's how this is all working. And she has a moment to think,
I
should have used lightning or something, because now she's going to die.
Yeah.
But then we catch up in time because she sees Rahvin get hit with balefire. Boom. And he's gone. So she only has a moment before she hears Rand running up, and then he's here. And even though it's Rand, Nynaeve is wary because he's definitely not the same as she remembers.
Yeah.
She also wouldn't be surprised if he killed Moghedien on the spot if he discovered who she was.
Yes.
So she quickly makes the leash connecting them disappear, and then has a small freak out moment about whether that will keep the connection because she's gonna like leave Tel'aran'rhiod.
Yeah.
Because if she
or like
can't
it's just
channel
Moghedien
herself,
now.
or
So
it's just Moghedien on her own. There's a lot of issues with this. But then she realizes she still can feel Moghedien through the Adam.
Yeah.
And she thinks Elaine was right.
yes, because Elaine had speculated about this, that the leash is just for show.
It is.
It's
for
part
show.
of dehumanizing the Damani.
It absolutely is.
Makes sense.
But then also, a point I want to talk to here.
Okay, before we do, because I think I know the point you're going to make about Nynaeve's thoughts about Moghedien.
Protecting her so that Rand doesn't kill her?
Yeah.
Like, what? What?
Okay,
Yeah,
before we talk
what?
about that, one thing I do want to point out in the last thing, so when Rahvin turns towards Nynaeve and Moghedien, Rahvin ignores Nynaeve and fixes his eyes on Moghedien, not Nynaeve. And it's just like an interesting thing because Rahvin is already not super trusting at all about any of the other Forsaken. So when he sees Moghedien, he's probably like, I'm being betrayed, just like I thought.
Okay,
Something
and
to think
Nynaeve
about.
thinks that it's her that he's gonna come after?
Well, yeah,
Okay.
like both of them, but it's
Yeah.
like we don't know what the Adam relationship, like Rahvin might not know all that stuff, but
No. Okay.
Rahvin in his final moments sees Moghedien being there,
Got it.
being the reason he's dying.
Okay.
Just got to remember that.
Okay. Got it. So now we can talk about the fact that Nynaeve,
Yeah, she's got uses for her.
quote, isn't done with
Yeah,
Moghedien
I'm not done with her.
yet.
No, she's not.
What? What does she want Moghedien for? Why doesn't she want Rand to kill her?
You don't know?
No.
You don't know.
No.
You don't know?
Can you just tell me?
I'm not gonna tell
Can
you.
lead me to the...
Can I lead you? I could probably lead you.
Help me. Help me.
Help me help you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Nynaeve says some things to Moghedien right before she winks out of
Yeah, I get that.
Tel'aran'rhiod, and she clearly knows those things already.
Yeah, I know.
So why would a person ever want to keep a Forsaken near them? Why would you want that?
Protect her from the Aes Sedai around her? that
Okay,
she
we're
doesn't
gonna
like
get
her?
there. We're gonna get there together. We'll
'Cause
get there
I
together.
just-
Let's just keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving a little bit, and we'll get
Okay,
there.
because this part I was like,
Okay.
Okay. So Rand barely glances at Moghedien,
Uh huh.
and then he says to Nynaeve that he figured it might have been her or Egwene.
Sort of. He sort of says that.
Well, he says,
I figured it would have been you or ... And then he says, "Where is this? Is this where you meet Egwene?"
right. And instead of answering, Nynaeve launches into a lecture about how the wise ones say Rand has done something terrible by coming here
Yeah.
in the flesh.
This is the point of contention that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Because we get here that this is the whole don't come into Tel'aran'rhiod in the flesh because it's evil and all these things. And then Rand kind of claps back and he's like, hey, do all the wise ones know everything? Because I used to think that the Aes Sedai used to know everything too. Turns out probably not true.
Well, no. And here's the thing, too, about it, quote, being evil.
Yes.
It's clear that the Forsaken
Yep.
are the ones who are coming here in the flesh.
Yes, that's the quote. Okay, so
Yeah.
what we had learned previously in the series is that when the wise ones were talking about this, they said, it is said that once there were those who could enter the dream in the flesh and no longer be in this world at all, this was an evil thing for they did evil. So it's an
Right.
evil thing because they do evil things. And we know in Tel'aran'rhiod that if you do things in Tel'aran'rhiod, it's like real. You can really turn Rand into Lews Therin in Tel'aran'rhiod by making him do that. And it's a real thing.
Right.
So people who would come into the dream were evil people and did evil things. And therefore it's an evil thing to do.
Yeah.
So is coming in the flesh, is it actually bad? Or what is it just bad because people who are bad generally do bad things here?
Yeah. For me, it
Yeah.
seems just about the same as entering Tel'aran'rhiod in your dreams.
It's
Like,
like
it
what
seems the same.
depends on what you do.
Like, when you're in the dream world, it's just as dangerous because you can die there and it's like a crazy dangerous place.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to go there in the flesh and like leave the actual world to go into the dream world instead of just like being sort of there in your dreams,
Sure.
I mean, it seems the same.
It seems the same on just like, and there's differences in your ability in the dream, and that's where the whole like people who come here do evil things and therefore it's
Yeah.
evil. That's the issue. That's the contention that we were talking about. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with it, actually.
Okay.
Nynaeve doesn't want to have this conversation, though.
Yeah.
Because she also doesn't trust, unlike Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
Or Wise Ones.
And like,
so
neither does Rand, so the same page.
So, like, we're just gonna move on.
Yeah.
And then Nynaeve offers to heal Rand, and he accepts.
Yes.
And she feels a whole lot of Rand's issues on his body right now.
Internal body issues, yeah.
That's right. And it's interesting, too, because I don't know if Nynaeve has healed Rand to this extent before, which means there's going to be some kind of connection, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
From what we know, there is some sort of, like...
Right.
I can feel when you're close by.
Kind of situation.
Yeah.
So she heals him, and he doesn't roar or flail around. He doesn't even blink, but the old wound in his side stays unhealed.
Can't believe he just rolled over the whole, like, he doesn't react. Rand's a badass here, come on.
I think that he's really devoid of emotion, and he's in a lot of shock.
Yeah, okay.
So...
it's pretty badass.
Whatever term you'd like to put on that.
You know?
Traumatized?
Cutting yourself off from all emotions
badass.
Is really cool.
Is
yes.
it, though? Because that sounds terrible.
It sounds super cool.
Sounds bad.
Okay.
Okay. So Rand asks Nynaeve if Rahvin is dead, if she saw him die, and she's like, yes.
Yeah. Like, to be fair, Rand is pretty sure he saw him die, but, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's
and
good
then
to make
Rand
sure.
nods and says, but there are still others, aren't there? Other ... chosen.
Yes. Okay. This is that other information that we're talking about what does Nynaeve want with Forsaken. So, number one, does Rand know that this is Moghedien?
Okay, well, because at this point in my notes I wrote in caps, but doesn't consider the woman standing with Nynaeve.
Okay.
Right now?
So, does he recognize her? Maybe. Maybe not. He doesn't even acknowledge her.
No.
At all,
Nope.
which is weird in itself.
Yep.
Did he see the collar that Nynaeve disappeared? He knows what an Adam is.
Yeah, he doesn't. She didn't disappear the collar. She only disappeared the leash, I thought.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay.
He knows what he probably and could have seen the collar and leash before she disappeared the leash. But he doesn't ask any questions. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't comment. But he also calls the Forsaken the Chosen in front of a Chosen.
Yeah.
So who else would better understand having a Forsaken sidekick than Rand?
Yeah. Okay.
If anybody gets it, he just understood that Moraine knew that he had Asmodean as a sidekick to teach and learn from. Like, who better to understand what Nynaeve may be going through for him to call it a Chosen? Like, that's pretty big.
And now, were they called Chosen in, like, Luz Theron's Age of Legends time?
From what we know, they were called Forsaken, and the Chosen call themselves the Chosen.
I know, but back then, were they still Forsaken?
Yeah. The good guys called them Forsaken.
Because I was going to say, like, we haven't heard from Luz Theron. Where's that guy? Is this, like, word Chosen coming out because it's from the Age of Legends?
No, not really. Like, that was what they were called always and forever. It's always been Chosen, and then it's been Forsaken for the good guys calling the bad guys that.
Right.
So.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of information.
You know, it's also a big part is that in a conversation that Nynaeve and Elaine had, they also talked about, wouldn't it be nice if we had, like, someone to learn from?
Yes.
Like a Forsaken who knew all this stuff? Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
They said those words, so.
Cool. I missed that. Did I miss it? No.
We talked about it at the time. Yeah, but it was like,
There's a lot. There's a lot that
happens
a lot of
things
around here. Okay. So, number one, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure how this is going to go.
Number two, read and find out? Question mark?
I think so.
Because I really don't have anything for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I might later, but like the more we talk, obviously that helps, but...
Yeah, let's keep going then.
Okay.
This is the big chapter.
I thought it was so strange that he didn't consider the woman who's standing with Nynaeve, unless he did, but like very in a Rand way.
Or he does consider it and he gets it and he knows.
And so he's just gonna move past that. Let Nynaeve do...
Rand is right now. Rand is a very much like, what are my immediate threats kind of guy.
That's fair. That's true.
This is a future Rand problem. This is not a right now Rand problem.
Because I really thought Moghedien might die here.
Okay.
And I thought Rand was gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then that didn't happen at all.
The biggest indicator is the zero reaction he has to her. He's not like, hey, what's up?
That we see from Nynaeve's perspective.
That's true.
We're in unreliable narrator.
We are in that mode.
mode.
But she's like super wary of everything right now.
She is, but we don't get Rand's internal thoughts when he sees this happening and
Sure.
what he's saying and why. And
Sure.
Okay.
We'll have to come back to it.
Yeah. So Nynaeve tells him he has to go and not come back here in the body. And Rand's like, yeah, I'll leave.
I'll leave. You don't say anything about not
But,
coming
like,
back.
Don't tell me what to do,
Yeah.
Nynaeve. So it seems like Rand is doing his like gateway to get out of here thing.
Yep.
But before he leaves, he tells Nynaeve to ask Elaine not to hate him. And then he says, Lan was right. Tell Elaine to forget about me. Tell her I found someone else and there's no room for her.
Oh, shoot.
And then Rand tells her that Lan said the same thing about you.
I love the voice that you're putting on this. It's fantastic.
That's grizzled Rand, tired, a guy get out of here situation.
Yeah. I don't love you and neither does your boyfriend. They don't love you either.
Yeah, because Lan said, ooh, he found someone else and you should forget about him. And then...
He's gone. Gone. And, you know, the whole thing about Lan literally is going to be showing up to Morel, where they both are currently. So, hey, that's going to be good.
Like, maybe. Who knows at this point?
That's true. It could be some amount of time.
It could be like a just missed you
Ooh,
situation.
Oh, shoot. That would be... Yikes.
But Nynaeve thinks for a second.
Yep.
Lan said that?
I don't... But here's the other thing about that, too, is, okay, let's see how this goes with Elaine and Nynaeve having the men they love tell them to get out of here.
Yeah.
It's like, is that really going to work, guys?
I don't know. And like, what's Nynaeve even going to tell Elaine about this specifically? There's a lot to tell.
Yeah.
In this entire thing.
There's a lot.
Also, side note, what time of day is this in Saladar?
Sure.
That Nynaeve is just using this contraband terangrial
Sure.
to fight a Forsaken.
This could literally be like a half an hour expedition.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it could be like 20, 30 minutes.
Well, yeah, because they said they had 2 hours to teach Swan.
Yes.
And Swan was pissed off, and she's like, I want my full 2 hours.
Yeah, and it only been like, whatever, 20 minutes, half an hour. So it very easily could be like a half an hour fight scene.
But we do know that time is wonky here.
It is. And there could be ramifications for Nynaeve, you know,
yeah, because that's
forward.
just like something I thought about while reading. I was like, okay.
She's got a long lunch break. She's got like a spare after lunch. She got
Nobody's missing Nynaeve right now.
Story of her life. Okay.
Right.
All right. So Rand's gone.
Rand's gone. I think Nynaeve is going to end up waking up to like Brigida holding off Aes Sedai.
Oh my goodness.
Or something.
Okay.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
If it was like, no, don't come, like, you can't disturb her. She's fighting a Forsaken. And then they all have to just like sit around and wait.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Hey.
Except like in a good way.
Because you think that Aes Sedai would just like listen to Brigida?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep going here. We got to get past this.
Okay. So now it's just Moghedien and Nynaeve.
Yep.
Hanging out. Moghedien comments on Rand being a remarkable and very, very dangerous man. And Nynaeve feels a different emotion coming through the Adam.
Yep.
Either
expectation.
Hope or expectation.
Yes.
Moghedien says, I've been helpful, right? Rahvin is dead. Rand is saved. This wouldn't have been possible without me. And Nynaeve realizes that Moghedien knows she'll have to wake up sooner or later. Or, like, kill her now, but I'm pretty sure Moghedien knows Nynaeve's not going to kill her.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if she knows.
She's trying to bargain for her life.
She is. The options right now are let Moghedien go or kill her in Moghedien's eyes.
Like, right now, because you're going to wake up, and then what?
Yes. So Moghedien's like, hey, Nynaeve might not, go ahead and murder me, so play the cards right, and I get to go free.
Right.
Fantastic.
And so Nynaeve says, I'm going to go too. And then makes a big cup appear filled with some tea and tells Moghedien to drink it. And she says it's not poison. She could kill her easily enough without it.
Which is fair.
But what happens here is real in the waking world too. And so Nynaeve tells her that this will make her sleep a deep sleep, too deep to reach Tel'aran'rhiod. It's called fork root.
Boom! It's so devious. And that's what I'm talking about the whole Nynaeve thinking I have uses for her still.
Yeah.
Where she knows all these things and she's just lining it up and she's been planning this for a little bit.
Okay. So Moghedien thinks for a moment, so I can't follow you. Fair enough. And downs it.
Yep. Like, hey, I will drink this.
And then Nynaeve thinks that what she's about to say is cruel.
A little bit.
And I think that this is interesting because I don't find it cruel.
You're taunting the person.
It's like giving yourself an upper hand. I don't think this is cruel. She could say a lot of cruel, hurtful things.
So the thing is, she's taunting her. She knows she just drank the fork root. She knows she's going to pass out and wink out.
I still don't say that this is cruel.
Depends on your definition of cruel.
Yeah, this isn't it.
Okay.
Yeah.
To you.
Yeah, because then she tells Moghedien, you knew Brigida was not dead, you knew who Pheolane is, and you knew who Swan is. And I've never mentioned any of those things in Tel'aran'rhiod, so I'll see you very shortly in Saladar.
And then she drops her mic.
Yeah, and Moghedien realizes what this means, but it's too late, so she winks out of Tel'aran'rhiod, and Nynaeve steps out of the dream too.
Oh my god, okay.
I just got it. No, let me tell you.
Okay.
I just got it.
You got it?
Whoever in Saladar is gonna be passed out from fork root.
Boom! You figured it out!
I just figured it out.
There we go. We got it. We got there, people. Okay.
Right now.
Yes.
Because I was like...
Whatever happens with fork root, in Tel'aran'rhiod, a big amount, at least a little bit, will happen in the real world.
There's gonna be somebody the F out.
Moghedien has been hiding.
Yes. Well, and I picked that up last time. Do you remember?
I do remember that.
Yeah, because it was like when Moghedien tells Nynaeve, you seem to like running errands for Pheolane. And I was like, hey, wait a minute.
How does she know that? I tried to divert a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, but I picked it up.
You did. You nailed it. It's great.
Okay. But I just figured this one out. The forker thing, I literally just figured that out.
Well, I guess you're going to have to wait and find out how
I know, because the book's done.
Oh, no! Book's over.
I keep forgetting.
And we're doing New Spring next. You got to wait. You got to wait for that.
Oh my god. Okay. Whatever. So that's when Nynaeve also steps out of the dream, and we end that sequence officially done with that plotline for this book.
Till next time.
Next time. I can't wait. What an excellent end.
Who is it?
That is way better than the end I thought it was.
Who is it?
An Aes Sedai? Or just like a random... Oh! Is it one of the ladies from the boat?
Interesting. Okay, go on. I like this.
Yeah. I want it to be one of the ladies from the boat.
Okay.
That like Nynaeve had an affinity for... You know?
Okay, no, I get that. I get that.
Who followed them all the way there?
Yeah, no, the only thing I'll say to that is we did get that viewing from Min saying, oh, they're gonna be trouble, but like a Forsaken, and you get nothing but they're gonna be trouble.
And I mean...
It's a little bit weak.
Not really, because Moghedien probably used a little bit of compulsion to make sure they were allowed to come along with them. Because the whole thing was fishy.
Well, like all three of them now are like...
No, I think that was just like an accident. The other two. Whoever she is, she's definitely one of those ladies.
You locked on? It's not
definitely.
Like an Aes Sedai or an accepted?
Nope.
It's not Pheolane?
Nope. It's one
goodness.
of these random ladies. Because you can't just take over somebody. Like, Pheolane's a bitch.
Wait, you can't take over what?
Somebody that, like, we already know.
Like a identity of someone?
Yeah.
You couldn't possibly take over the identity of a person, perhaps a professor, and just like...
Or like or maybe if she compelled someone. That's the other flip side, is if that's what Moghedien does.
I can't believe you just missed my totally awesome reference.
I'm not listening to you at all. What did you say?
I said you don't think that somebody evil could like take over
Yes, I did. I heard that.
Of a professor or somebody like that? Perhaps somebody who has a crazy eye?
Oh.
And then like that's the person. And then they pretend to be that professor for like an entire book or maybe a whole year.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that person in fact was...
Tell me more details.
Forsaken all the time?
Tell me more details.
If
you're going to make the reference,
tell me
the details.
I'm going to nail this. Okay, it's Barty Crouch Jr.
Yep.
And he is Mad-Eye Moody. And he locks him in a big drawer or something.
Uh-huh. Using
the potion.
That's called...
Oh my god, Polyjuice.
Polyjuice, yes!
Okay, you helped me with that one.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
That's Moghedien.
No.
Oh, it's not.
It's not.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I know that's
that was
what
a great
saying.
reference, though, right?
It's a good one.
Okay.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Good one.
Thank you.
No. It's a lady from the boat. It's either a lady from the boat
or it's Sheriam. It's been Sheriam the whole time.
Moghedien compelled one of the Aes Sedais and is like getting her to report information.
Oh man, and then you're getting deep with compulsion and stuff. So
and
that's
tough. Moghedien's style.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I don't think it's Moghedien's style to get one-on-one involved and become someone who's like involved.
Yeah.
Unless she got desperate.
Like one of the 6, like.
Oh no, she's definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Put me on record. Definitely not. Let's take another shot. Like a half shot?
Yeah, that's okay.
A little one.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the end of the book.
Yeah.
It's a fun night. It's all good. Good job, Brett.
Thank you.
Cheers.
That's my best Harry Potter reference yet, I think.
But first tell us, what book is that from?
What book is it from? Okay.
Just take a guess.
3.
No.
5.
No.
6?
No. It's book 4. It's Goblet of Fire.
Oh, did you put your name in the goblet, Harry?
Cheers.
That was a good impression. I'm going to voice acting school. It's going to be great. Okay.
Okay. Don't do that. Okay. Go to voice acting school, that is.
That's what I figured that.
That's what I was saying. Don't do too.
Back to Snap. We're back at Rand.
Snap. We're back at Rand.
Yeah.
Okay, Rand is back in the real world, running through the palace, and there seems to be less damage here than he remembered.
Yeah.
I picked up on that right away.
Okay.
Because rewind to all the balefire being
implications
used,
of balefire.
and
yes.
I was thinking to myself, this is exactly what I was hoping would happen.
Yeah.
It's wildly irresponsible.
Uh-huh.
And I'm here for it because it saves my favorite people.
It does.
I can't handle more of my people disappearing from these books.
Like all at once. Oh my goodness.
Like Aviendha, Matt, like Moraine,
Bing, bang, boom.
Lanfear, Aviendha, and Matt. Like
they're all
literally
gone.
My top 4 characters gone.
You didn't even mention Asmodean. I'm shocked.
I told you I could leave
What
him.
is he to you?
I told you it didn't matter.
Well, it's not going to matter much longer.
Oh! Okay, let's finish this chapter first. So, anyway, Rand's running through the halls, and he notes that there's less damage, and he goes, oh, that's probably nothing. And I went, no,
nothing.
It's not nothing.
It's something.
No, it's not nothing. And
Yep.
so, here we go. He leaves the front of the palace to seeing Trollocs and Fades everywhere.
Thousands of them.
Thousands of them.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So Rand stops when he realizes there's balls of fire rolling through the Trollocs.
And why is that important?
Well, he thinks it cannot be. And so there's 2 things in his mind he could be thinking.
Sure.
Number 1, Aviendha.
Yeah.
And number 2, Asmodean.
Yeah.
Because
there's
those
only
are
2
the
people.
2 channelers here.
That's it.
Unless there happen to be some secret Aes Sedai or something.
Or secret maidens who can channel, or secret wise ones, but it's nah.
It's not that.
It's not that.
No way. And so Rand starts lashing out.
With more balefire.
Oh God, Rand.
But just little zip zaps of them. It's pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
Balefire.
Quit it. Now Moraine's gone, so he feels like he can do whatever the hell he wants.
You get a free pass.
No.
She's not here anymore.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, so with him here now shooting balefire, the Trollocs and Fades are like, shit.
Yeah.
They start retreating very quickly, and then Rand sees her. Aviendha is fighting Trollocs with a knife and with the power.
Love it.
And then there's Matt leaning on his spear.
Not dead.
Asmodean with his sword, but probably not using it.
Of course not. I love it. They're all here.
Even his teeny tiny little trickle, he's doing something.
Doing something, just in case.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Rand realizes balefire.
Boom.
Burned a thread out of the pattern, and he knows that the stronger the balefire, the further back the burning goes.
Yes, and Rand is the most powerful channeler, and he was
especially
using all if
of
you remember,
it.
all of it. Every little ounce that he had, all put into the whole, I'm gonna murder Rahvin balefire stream.
Yup.
So it burned it back far enough so what Rahvin didn't actually in fact happen.
No,
But
it did not.
The memories remain. And we're going to talk about that next chapter.
Some memories remain.
Not the memories of the people who it affected, but people who observed.
Oh, yes.
Those memories.
That does.
That's still.
Yes.
Those
Interesting.
remain. Yes.
Okay, yes. Well, and that's fair too, because Rand was a spectator of the situation before with the Darkhounds at the beginning of this book.
Yes.
But Matt didn't remember.
He
was the one who was affected.
He remembered certain things about, like, oh yeah, I was pretty sure that one, like,
But then I'm unsure, because that was just a teeny tiny trickle.
Just a little bit.
But this is, like, gone.
So, hey.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love that Rand does the whole run up and grab Aviendha and spins her
around, and then he tries to hug Matt, and then Matt, like
whoa,
fends
whoa, whoa.
him off,
No,
because
buddy.
they're all looking at him like he's crazy.
It's so good.
And he thinks to himself, he doesn't care if his balefire had unraveled half the pattern, not if this was the result.
Yes, seems like a, good
Rational
trade.
thought.
Cool trade.
No.
We're good with it.
No.
Well, and that leads us back to the conversation with LTT, where he's like, oh, would I use balefire to save Ilyana?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is also back to when we were talking about the repercussions in the rest of the world.
Yes.
Of Rahvin being gone.
How far does that go? That's the question.
Yeah. So here's my prediction.
Okay.
Ready? Are you actually ready for this?
Sure. No, but yes.
If Rahvin never existed,
okay,
that means the Forsaken Alliance, including Lanfear, either would look completely different or not exist.
Okay.
And the whole Lanfear showing up at the docks when she did wouldn't have happened, which means that Moraine and Lanfear didn't go through the doorframe, which melted, trapping them there.
Oh my goodness. Boom, solved. That's it? That's what you're figuring?
That's my prediction.
We're gonna get just like a hell of a ride in Lord of Chaos.
Because I was like doing all this stuff about like, okay, maybe they're not dead, but this, but that.
Well, balefire.
Maybe.
Balefire. That's all you need.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They didn't even go through.
Oh my goodness.
Because everyone else would remember it.
Yes.
Like, Rand would remember that happening, but Moraine and Lanfear, like, wouldn't, because they were affected if that had anything to do with Rahvin.
All right.
That's the ultimate prediction.
I love it. I love that. It's very sci-fi of you.
And I don't understand what I'm saying.
But, I appreciate the effort that you're putting into that prediction.
I'm just like, any angle that keeps Moraine and Lanfear alive.
It's like, they're back in business, people. Here they are.
Maybe.
Yep. Or show up.
Maybe. My other predictions, if that's not right, still hold.
Okay.
Okay? This is like a multi-layer situation.
I can get on board with that.
Are you okay with that?
Multiverse? Absolutely.
In any case, Moraine's not gone from these books.
Okay.
Got it? No matter what happens, no matter what's right and what's wrong, Moraine's not gone.
I'm just going to drink my whiskey here. That's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You think what you got to think. However you got to, whatever your coping mechanism is.
It is.
I'll drink mine. You talk about yours. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I just did.
Yeah, that's great.
Good.
Now let's talk about the real loss in this battle.
Oh, Lamel and her disgusting soup. No, it's Pevin. I know you want to say Pevin.
You insult Lamel and her disgusting soup, and you backhand me with your...
I know. I was so good.
Pevin comment.
So Rand takes in the rest of the battle right now because Balefire hasn't saved everyone.
No.
Lamel died in this fight.
I can't believe you did that to me.
And so did Pevin.
Pevin's story is so sad.
Yes.
His entire family dies.
Welcome to war,
He picks up the banner to be Rand's flag bearer, and then he dies.
Yeah, and he knew that was going to happen.
No.
He died with the flag in his hands.
He knew, but he also was shocked because he was pretty sure. It's you know what?
It is what it is.
Oh, man.
Also, thousands of others are dead.
Yeah, that's not important, though.
You know what is important? Other maidens are probably dead.
That's true. We don't know their names, though.
Rand is upset that probably other maidens are dead.
But we knew Pevin's name.
Yeah, and now LTT's back.
Good. Hey.
And he gives some good mind advice.
Yeah.
About letting it all go, man.
Yeah, it's all good.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So Aviendha asks Rand, like, where did you go, man? 1 second you were here and the next you were gone. And Rand said, I just had to kill Rahvin.
Yeah, no big deal.
And then Bale comes up to report the Trollocs and Fades are running away. Some of the Wetlanders have joined us. to help drive off the shadow spawn.
Yeah, some
and
of the
Rand's
soldiers
like,
too, yeah.
No driving anyone off. You will go hunt down those Trollocs because they're going to cause havoc in the countryside.
Yeah, don't let them escape. Kill them in the city.
Yeah.
Good to go.
And then Rand says that he will deal with the aftermath of Rahvin and the Kingsmen later.
Yes.
And that's the end
Also,
of this very exciting chapter.
Sulin is here and not dead.
Sulin's here, not dead.
We like Sulin.
Yeah, I'm still not 100% sure who
Sulin
that
is like the main maiden who's like the number one
That's the one who talked around about the
She's
things.
like the top level maiden.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like number one.
Got it.
Yeah.
Maiden number one.
Maiden number one.
Okay.
That was a lot.
Chapter 56.
Okay.
Glowing Embers.
We've arrived.
Now, I like the name of this chapter. Do you know why?
Because this is my favorite chapter
This one?
in the entire book. I love this chapter so much. This is my favorite.
It's a good one.
I have waited so long to get here. It's been a journey.
I also agree. This
56
is
chapters.
Everything I've been wanting to find out about, well, no. Some things I've been wanting to find out about
Yes.
happen here.
I gotta tell you why this is my favorite chapter.
Okay, but we haven't talked about the title.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to tell me what the prologue and the chapter 1 is called?
No, I want you to tell me that.
Oh, God.
Okay.
No. Fanning the sparks?
That's chapter 1.
Okay. Starting the flame?
Close. The first sparks fall.
The first sparks fall.
And then fanning the sparks.
Okay, and that's prologue chapter 1.
Yep.
And then the last, it's very poetic.
Well, I don't know
Robert
if you know.
Jordan. I know. The last chapter of this book is called Glowing Embers.
It's beautiful.
So after the fire, after Rahvin's charred skin.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. It's anyway, Glowing Embers after the fire.
Yes.
So here we are, full circle.
This
book.
is my favorite ending of any of the books.
Wow.
I love this ending to the books.
It's so good.
It's packed with so many like cliffhangers where it's like, here's some information, but it opens up the world even more, in my opinion, than book 4 opens up the world. The ending of book 5 is like, here's what's going to happen for the rest of the series.
Yes.
Here are the big events. This is what's going on.
Love it.
Plus, it's got one of the most iconic scenes in the entire series. I have some fun fact information for you coming up real soon.
All right, let's get into it. So chapter symbol is the wheel and snake, because why not?
Yes.
We have Rand looking out of one of the windows in the Caemlyn Palace. He's watching an Avienda down below in the garden by a fountain, marveling at water for the sake of looking at.
Yes, it's a new experience.
They've taken Caemlyn officially, and Matt is also down below talking with Avienda.
Yeah.
Asmodean is nearby too, and Rand is thinking about what happened with them and the whole balefire thing.
Yeah, it's the 3 of them who all died and they're not dead anymore. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Can I have my official big-ass gold star?
I'll give you, like, applause.
For you, like, did you fall out of your seat when I said that? Or were you like, oh, she's smart?
I thought, hey, she's finally starting to figure out the ramifications of balefire.
Yeah.
That's important
and
in this series.
I made it up. I didn't know if that was a real thing that actually could happen.
Well, it can happen, and it did happen. And what are the ramifications of Rand going pew 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 with balefire all the time now? I don't know. I guess we'll see.
He probably should stop.
He should cool his jets. Just a little bit.
A little bit. So we get a couple of maidens who are coming up to Rand to give him some reports.
Yep.
The hunt for the Trollocs is still going. Some people in the city are helping. Most are hiding. They have taken the gates.
Yeah, they have the gates. They have the city. They got it.
The city is mostly secure.
Yeah.
And then we get some descriptions of the physical lion throne.
Oh, the bad soup too.
Oh, no, we haven't got to the soup yet.
Okay.
This is the physical description of the lion throne.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be interested. You love your throne facts.
Yeah, I've done a lot of throne facts, and people are like, oh, no more throne facts.
People love your throne facts. I don't.
You don't. You personally, you don't care for them, but you know.
You'd be very excited to talk about this lion throne. I was setting you up.
I know. I don't have anything for it. I want to talk about the soup. The soup's more important to me.
Oh, my God.
People are more important than things, Danny.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we get a little bit of a sad moment because these maidens have brought Rand the soup that Lamel used to make, but it's terrible and he hopes he doesn't have to eat it.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's bad. All right, anyway, then we get a man approaching. He's no Andorman.
Okay.
Anderman?
Anderman.
Anderman.
Andorman.
Andorman.
Man of Andor.
Okay.
I love this, by the way.
The description.
This is so good.
Off the chain. So,
it's great.
I don't actually know what that means. It's exciting.
Doesn't matter. It's fantastic.
It's great. So he's slender and only slightly taller than one of the maidens.
Yep.
He has a hooked beak of a nose.
Who else has that?
Dark tilted eyes.
And you know before you get an introduction.
Yeah. He's got 2 silver cups and a skilled pottery jar of wine.
Yeah.
And he introduces himself as Davram Bashir,
Marshal General of Saldea.
That's right.
And he's here to speak to the Lord Dragon.
Yeah, he is. And I just put nice.
Yup. And who is this? Remind everyone, please.
Fael's dad.
Fael's daddy.
Here we go.
This is the guy.
I thought, like, Perrin was going to be with him. I thought we were going to get some hint. Like, the fact that we got not even Perrin's, like, name.
Nothing.
We got 0.
Nothing.
I really thought here we were going to get something.
So it's kind of funny because this is the guy. It's not about Perrin right now.
No, it's not.
This is the guy who the White Tower has been freaking out about like, we can't find
where is he?
Bashir.
What's he doing?
And Tenobia's army.
That's
where
right.
are they? What are they doing?
Where are they? Brahamwood, turns out.
Because the White Tower, kind of messed up some stuff.
Do you want to double check real quick for me?
We got to look at the map.
I think this book started with the wind blowing across Brahamwood.
I can't believe you even remember things like that. The wind rose in the great forest called Brahamwood.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that actually amazing? Because I feel like that should be common knowledge.
That's fantastic.
I've been telling you, I'm memorizing those.
I never bothered to.
I know.
That's great.
I know.
I'm here to learn new things about this series as well.
Okay, so the first chapter of this book, we get mentioned of Brahamwood.
That's where friggin' Bashir's been hiding.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know if the entirety of the book, but
No. But it's clearly
little bit of a
That was a little bit of
That's
a wink
great.
to us at the beginning of the book. Where's Bashir? Here he is.
Wink. Okay, let's get into this. Because this whole Bashir business, this is fantastic. There's so much information we got to pull out of here.
Right. So Rand says he's surprised to find a Saldean lord in Caemlyn, and Bashir says he rode to speak with Morghese, but was pretty put off by that King Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel didn't let him in.
Nope. So there are rumors that say Morghese is dead, and Rand's like, yup, they're both dead. I killed Gabriel, but not before Gabriel killed Morghese.
Yeah.
And so Bashir is like, oh, so then are you King Rand of Andor? And Rand's like, no, idiot.
Yeah, there's a lot of implications with this, because then he launches into the whole Andor has always had a queen, and still does. Elaine was daughter heir, and with her mother dead, she's queen.
That's right.
I don't know the formalities, but she's queen.
Yeah.
So, we gotta discuss this, because what does this mean for Elaine, for Andor, and Kyrian also, because who does Rand want, running Kyrian?
Yeah, that I was hoping that we would get information about before this book ended, and we did not.
And then we have the whole, Rand thinks that Elaine needs to be queen now of Andor, but Morghese isn't dead yet, and she's on her way to, drumroll, Amedisia.
Oh, yeah, we'll get there.
And we'll get there, but there's a lot of implications and question marks here.
Yeah, I really need Rand to find out Morghese isn't dead, ASAP.
Because, Rand is telling Nynaeve that Morghese is dead, and then Nynaeve's gonna obviously talk to Elaine that, hey, your mom's dead, and then Elaine's like, hey, I'm daughter heir, maybe I should become queen of Andor because my mom's dead, but, yeesh.
Here we are.
Okay.
Here we are. So let's talk about Bashir right now, though.
Okay, yeah, his current problems.
Yeah, so Rand wants to know, why are you here?
Yes, that didn't answer the question.
And Bashir says, well, the White Tower allowed Mazrim Taim to escape.
Mazrim Taim?
It's not... I said that.
I know you think you said that.
Okay, whatever. Queen Tenobia doesn't want Saldea troubled again, so she sent me here to hunt him down again and put an end to him. And he's sure that Taim is in Andor.
Yeah, so that's big. So keep in mind that Taim did cause that ruckus in Saldea. Mm-hmm. And Tenobia is the cousin of Fael.
Uh-huh.
Right?
That's right.
Okay.
So Rand says, well, too bad. Too badsies.
You can't have them.
Can't.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, this is great. This is going to set up a lot, I think. So Bashir asks, why?
Yeah. First he's like, oh, cool, you want to hunt him down with the Aiel. I'm good with that. I'll sit back in the woods. You hunt him down. I just want to make sure I have his head.
Yes.
Like, after you kill him. Go do your thing.
No.
That's not
Rand's
what's happening.
like, no way, man. You're not to discriminate against men channelers no more.
Yes. And again, so there's a lot in here. Do you want to do the whole amnesty description?
Well, he says, I'm announcing an amnesty.
Yeah, so any man who can touch the true source, any man who wants to learn, can come to me and have my protection. The last battle's coming. There's not going to be time for any of us to go mad. And even if there is, I'm not going to risk it. Like, I'm not throwing away men who can channel.
Yeah, because we all need to fight together in the last battle.
Yeah.
Because for sure, the
Shadow?
Dark Lord?
The Dark One.
The Dark One. Yeah.
The Dark One.
The Dark One is gonna have men who can channel on his side.
Yeah, he's got Dreadlords. That happened in the Trolloc Wars.
Yeah, so...
Rand doesn't know how many Aes Sedai are gonna be with him, so he's like, I gotta start my own club. Gotta get my own band of merry warriors.
Which is interesting because a little while ago, Elaine and Nynaeve were having a conversation about how there's no place for Rand to learn how to channel.
And it's not really like Rand learning how to channel.
No. What I'm saying is now there's going to be a place, probably, for men to go.
Yeah, with Rand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a thing.
Cool.
How about that?
Because Rand at least knows something of the control, whereas these men know nothing, and the women also know nothing of the men channeling.
Yes. Yeah, and there's a couple huge implications because Rand kind of goes on to say that, hey, any man who wants to march with him can come to him, so that includes Taim, who obviously was like, causing a big ruckus.
Right.
Was a false dragon.
You know who else this is going to include?
Who?
Loghedien.
Oh, yeah, well, he's
when
gentle.
When he learns to channel again.
When he learns to channel again, right.
Yeah, with his big
it's
old
like he's
halo.
Got to go to physio for a couple months. He'll figure it out again.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, actually. That's not a bad idea.
I don't understand why you can't get on board with Loghedien being
big
able
old
to
halo.
find glory without being able to channel.
Yeah, right.
It's very,
Unless he's going to do all the clerical work for this man channeling club.
Bookkeeping. Yeah.
That's what he's going to do. He's
There's
going
a
to be
nobility.
in charge. He's going to be in charge of finding all the men and helping them get to the men's channeling
Which is
club.
what the Aes Sedai need to do also.
They also do need to do that.
Have someone who's in charge of that.
I know, we've been talking about that forever.
Okay.
But listen, I said, I have no idea how long ago, or if it was in a regular episode or a bonus episode, but at some point in my life in the last 2 years, I have said that Taim, Loghedien, and Rand are gonna get together and be a force. Here we are.
3 best friends that anyone could have.
Maybe, except that we can't replace Matt and Perrin and Rand.
Yeah, they're off doing their own thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Where's Perrin? Where is he?
Fuck if I know.
Okay.
Bashir doesn't know.
So that's the whole
Rand
thing.
doesn't know.
The way this wraps up is Rand says, Taim belongs to me, not to you. And that's pretty badass because it's now Rand is going to recruit Taim from what it sounds like. If we can find him and all that other stuff, if Taim wants to join Rand's new club.
Yeah, because he's going to be like, this is a trap.
Yeah, there's a lot of question marks.
Taim is going to be on board with this from the get-go.
Yeah, there's a big question mark. So maybe this plan will work. But anyways, Bashir is not allowed to go and hunt him down.
Hire Egwene to find Taim's dreams.
Okay.
Talk to him in his dreams.
We don't have time for this.
Shoot. That's how I would do it. If I was in charge.
God. This is why you're not allowed to be in charge.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I know you do. Okay.
Where are we?
This is where Bashir's okay, I guess. So then he's like, hey,
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the news, yeah. And so he's like, okay, so you've taken Caemlyn, Tyr, and Cairhien, for what I know.
Yeah.
Do you mean to conquer the world with your Aiel and your army of men channeling the one power?
Yeah.
And Ron's like, yeah.
Yeah, man.
If I have to.
And this is a big thing because he does go on to say, hey, I will welcome anyone who wants to join me in my quest for...
I'm not an evil dude.
Yeah,
I'm
quest
not
for peace here.
I'm not a conqueror in,
The last battle's coming.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. And all he's been met with is schemers and people who are outright hostile towards him.
Yeah.
And this is the paragraph I love because this sets up, if we take a look at our map of what all the nations are doing and where we're at in the series and what has to happen before Tarmangaiden.
Okay, is this where we talk about the Borderlands being on board, probably?
It comes in a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
But we can talk about that if you want to.
Okay. Because the next thing that happens is Bashir tells Rand that he's read the prophecies of the dragon, and so has Queen Tenobia, and he can't speak for the Borderland nations, but everyone there knows about the Shadow and the Blade, and they will very likely follow you. And so he technically can't speak for Saldea and Tenobia, but in the meantime, he'll offer Rand his services.
Yeah.
And those of his 9,000 Saldean horses.
Which sounds like a lot, but it's like medium.
I was like, cool. 9,000 mounted soldiers just hanging out in a Braham wood? That sounds cool.
It's not nothing, but like keep in mind, like 160+ thousand Aiel. Like,
I know.
it's not nothing, but
no,
it's, you
great.
know.
I like it.
So,
It's just like, add those numbers, man.
But yeah, so let's do a quick nation countdown for everybody who's curious and wondering what the rest of this series is going to look like. So he's pretty sure that the 4 Borderlander nations, so we've got Saldea, Kandor, Arafel, and Shinar, they're probably going to join Rand.
Well, we know Shinar's already joining Rand. At least
Massima
and the Prophet of the Dragon.
Massima doesn't speak for Shinar.
No, but who is there? The guy. The top guy.
Agelmar.
Algamir.
Right? Ah, yes.
That's that guy. He knows Rand and he's totally on board. We know that.
Yeah, so I just want to kind of get your take. Like, are you pretty sure, like, Borderlands, like, why would they say no? Like, they know. Of anybody, they know. You're looking at me like I'm trying to, like,
you are
pin you down here.
The way
okay.
you said that was like they're going to fight back.
Well, why would they?
I don't know, but, like, I don't know why you're looking at me like that.
I just needed an easy yes or no there. So, like, are you
when
fairly
I read
confident?
This, when I read this, that sounds smart.
Yeah. So, like,
but
nation-wise,
now that I'm saying it, like, okay, there's going to be a fight
maybe
back.
there's going to be a something, but, you know, probably of anyone. Like, come on, the Ilianers don't even think Trollocs are real.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that. They don't even know what snow is. So, they're good. We got Tar-Valon, that's
what
a separate issue.
What is knowing what snow is? Okay, no, sorry.
Anyways.
Have anything to do with this.
Tar-Valon, separate issue. Rand currently has Kyrian. He has Andor. And he's got Tyr. Mayenne, that's on our way to go and, like, you know, probably be BFFs there. Then we've got Ilian, which we know is run by Samael, and Rand totally wants to kill him real soon.
Yeah.
And then in that previous paragraph, we were
talking
about...
That alliance fell apart, by the way.
It's not doing so hot right now.
Nah.
Because Lanfear's gone.
Gone. Maybe.
Well, out of the picture
with
currently.
Rahvin's ceasing to exist? Who the hell knows what the hell's happening?
Yeah,
Not
I know
me.
you think that. Okay, so we got the West Coast is total anarchy right now. So that's like a big question mark because we got like the Almouth Plain, the Toman Head, the Terrebonne.
And then I like also, sorry to interrupt, I like also Rand notes to Bashir that the Seanchan are on the West Coast.
And they're eyeing everybody. Yeah. So it's basically West Coast is a big question mark and all those like little nations right there.
Yeah.
Because the
that
Seanchan are there.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've also got that Amadicia is moving into Altara, is eyeing them. So it's like this little nation here with Amadicia and Altara. We've got Alien Tyr, and then we've got the West Coast and like everything else. Like we're kind of good to go here.
Okay.
So there's obviously some question marks about what's going to happen, but Rand's big thing is Tarmangaiden is coming. We need to have peace before the Trollocs come because we have to get ready to fight the actual last battle.
Yeah, and Bashir's like, cool.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I don't love your methods, but like there's literally no choice, so let's do this thing.
I understand.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's get Perrin in here.
Initial reaction to Davram Bashir, Fael's daddy.
Yeah, I love it.
The guy who just pledged himself to Rand al'Thor.
Sounds great.
Really? No, like, you're not worried at all. You're just like, cool. This dude who just like walked up and was like, hey man, I'm on your side?
Yes.
You believe him?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Got check.
Really?
Hundo.
I love how confident you are in that.
Here we go.
Okay.
Ready? Perspective change.
Okay.
Snip snap.
Snip snap, snip snap.
Snip snap, someone's dead.
Are you ready for one of the most iconic scenes in the Wheel of Time?
This is insane. This reminds me of the Padan Fane being released from Thaldaran dungeon scene.
You? I didn't expect you.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Same. So, Asmodean leaves the garden. He thinks, bah, no one's even listening to me play my harp over here. So he takes off. He's thinking about what happened that morning. He's
not thinking too much, though.
Yeah, because he's not sure he wants to think about it since there are too many Aiel that mentioned they had seen him dead.
Yeah, and also he totally recognizes the whole, like...
balefire is.
Yeah, he gets like all the walls are cut in half real smoothly. Yeah, I know what this is.
He knows that balefire was used in the palace.
Yeah.
He wonders if, quote, being reborn in this fashion made him a new person, but he doesn't think so.
Yeah.
Because immortality is only something the Great Lord could give.
Yeah.
And that was gone from him now.
Yeah, he can't feel the immortality business.
Right. And so the fact that he's using the name the Great Lord, he thinks, oh, that's proof enough that I'm myself. So obviously he hasn't had any shift in allegiance, and he's just been faking it with Rand.
He's faking it with both sides. I think he's two-timing everybody here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Zero trust. I know I was like wanting to trust him, but...
Yeah.
I'm fine with this.
As long as the advantage lies with Rand, we can trust him.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
We're good.
That's it, right?
But it doesn't matter.
The reason he wanted to come here to face Rahvin, still a little bit unknown.
Yeah, I guess
But,
you know?
Does it matter?
It doesn't really matter.
Does his matter? Because here we are.
Yep.
So, Asmodean thinks about how he's not sorry about Lanfear being dead, or Rahvin now either, and... now he'll laugh when the last of them die too.
Uh-huh. He's still the guy who's clinging to the tuft of grass on the cliff ledge as long as he can, holding on. So.
Yeah, and he's going to outlast all those other dumb.
And that's why I do think he was on Rand's side. Like, he was literally clinging to the tuft of grass.
And this is what I've said over and over and over again. This guy is an opportunist.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Asmodean pulls open the door to find his way to a pantry, and he stops with, quote, blood draining from his face. And he says, "You? No!" And the words still hung in the air when death takes him.
Okay, this is one of the most iconic scenes in the entirety of the Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
For a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to know why?
No. Tell me.
First off, do you know who just killed him?
No.
Okay, then you're going to be really annoyed by what I'm going to tell you now.
Okay.
As we all were.
Sure.
So, a couple notes. This is one of the most analyzed mysteries in the entire series because since it's been published in 1993, it's been hotly debated, and Robert Jordan has said that the identity of the killer was not meant to be a deliberate major mystery. But he was so amused by the commotion around it that he refused to answer who did it.
Oh, Robert Jordan. Sometimes that guy's an asshole.
I'm not done. I'm not done yet.
I know that. I realize I just called Robert Jordan an asshole, but that's because sometimes he was a sneaky little bugger.
Oh yeah, he for sure was.
Like on purpose.
You're allowed to call him that because of what I'm going to say next.
Okay.
So he also did hint that it would probably be answered later in the series, and then to top all this off, he would also say things along the lines of, well, if you read it close enough, it should be intuitively obvious as to who did it. So that's the issue. This has been one of the most hotly debated who killed Asmodean topics. I remember scouring the internet trying to figure out, like, after this book, okay, what? Who killed him?
Yeah.
And Robert Jordan is out there saying...
So it wasn't intuitively obvious?
God, no. Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody. And anybody who says they figured it out is a liar. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Because that's one of the frustrating parts is RJ being it's in the books, read it, you should figure it out. But, like, come on.
RJ, I don't think recognized that nobody in the world's brain works like his.
Oh, I know.
I don't think he really, truly recognized that.
So, the reason why this is also one of my favorite things is because I am now going to get you to just, like, sit on this for possibly years on wondering who killed Asmodean.
Are you going to right now let me know if it's ever revealed?
Yes, we do get a final answer.
Oh, we do?
I will tell you that.
Okay.
At some point in the series.
Yeah. So, I can tell you that my initial reaction was that this is like Padden Fane.
Ooh, I like it.
Which is so random. And the only reason... And it's not for anything.
Yeah.
It's not for... And now, like, thinking back about how the city's secure. And unless he's, like, already here. But...
And you think of
And
his
he's in
reaction
hiding
and
or
you're
whatever.
like, you? No.
Only because the reason I thought Padan Fain was because this was Padan Fain's reaction when he was freed from the prison in Faldara.
Fair.
And so that was exactly the same. Not who I was expecting. Not who I was expecting.
Yeah.
It's like literally the same. And that was where my
Same
brain
idea.
went. So do I actually think Padan Fain murdered Asmodean? No. But it's the only
Something
thing,
like that.
It's like the connection that I made.
Yeah.
So it's like the only thing I have to go off of. So there's my prediction.
No, I do love that because I remember, like, I legit remember scouring the internet,
Yeah.
trying to find out a legit answer and finding nothing.
MP3 files
and
on
nobody-
dragonmount.com.
And just like blogs and people speculating. It's like, this is why I think maybe this person, but it's like nothing definitive.
Yeah.
So you're just going based on what people, and you'd be like, oh, that's a good argument, but also this is a good argument. So it's a lot. But yeah, you didn't find it intuitively obvious? You don't know?
No, the only thing
Okay.
I could really think of, honestly, is that, yeah, I'm going to go off of my weird gut instinct
Sure.
of it being Padan Fain. Because
Okay.
we, don't know where that guy is.
We don't. He's been up to
And
something sneaky, so.
Asmodean could have been a part of his initial torture, perhaps, because we don't know when, all of the Forsaken were freed.
Yeah,
right?
we don't really know.
I mean,
We know, kind of, but not really at all.
we get, somewhere in Eye of the World, they were starting to be freed.
Yeah, it's pretty vague.
I'm not really sure. So that's the only thing I can go off of, and that's, it. So that's what I'm going to stick with for funsies.
Okay, alright. I dig it.
I'm sure it's wrong.
Anyways, but that's okay. It doesn't matter if it's wrong. It's just the fact that you just have to, sit on it and be like, I don't know. I guess I'll never
Okay.
know. Okay.
Well, no, you said that I get to know someday.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I know I said that.
good. Cool. Perspective change.
Yes. Okay. The last one.
This was what I've been effing waiting
You-
for.
Waited so long.
I've waited so long for 3 paragraphs.
And it's not even that.
It's so bad. It's terrible. It's so terrible. It's zero information. It's awful. The only thing we get is confirmation that she's not dead and that she wants to bang Talon for.
Oh, so you think that is
Which
confirmation?
is fine. Because
Okay. I just want Linny to stop talking about it.
Well, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
That I find so amusing about this entire thing.
Okay.
Is that in Q&A episodes, people have asked what characters we would be cast as in the show, and I have personally cast you as Talon.
No, I know. I remember when you said that.
And I still love that. So
Oh, yeah.
I kind of picture you as Talonvor in this.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Whenever it's just for funsies. But
Am I
Morghese
Talonvor or am I young
wants to
Talonvor?
bang you. Yeah.
You know what? I'm
with
okay with
strong
that.
hands and a well-turned calf.
Have you seen Morghese? She's looking mighty fine for
For an
you know.
old lady.
And you say old lady, but probably 40-ish.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
She's
I know, I'm
in
just
her
joking.
40s.
I'm just joking. I know. Okay, so anyway, so we're in Morghese, and we get that her and the crew are still traveling by horse across the country. It hasn't been going very well.
No, it's going poorly.
Morghese has decided that it isn't safe for anyone to know who she is, because once they discovered Bryn had left Core Springs, her, quote, army hasn't grown at all since they left.
Yeah, this is bad because there's a lot of burn bridges here.
Oh my god.
You know what? This is
And
honestly,
she can't
I
even
feel
be like, a Forsaken did this.
I feel so bad because Morghese gets just it's
She gets
not
the
her
raw
fault.
end of this stick, for sure.
It's nothing
It's
she
not even
did.
a saying. It doesn't matter.
The
You get
raw
what I'm
end? Yeah,
saying?
yeah. No, she literally. It's nothing she did.
No.
Everything that went badly for her was because she was compelled by a Forsaken. That's it.
I know.
All
but
her Bryn
nobody
relationships.
knows that.
And she doesn't even
Because she
know it.
exiled nobles, and every relationship that she had, she burned. So now they're riding through Altara, keeping to the forest. And when I read that, I went, "Oh, Altara. To where? Saldea? No.
Nope.
Is it Saldea?
Saladar. Oh my god.
Saldea's border. Yeah, that's Bashir, right?
Yes.
Saladar.
Saladar.
I was like, oh my god, are they going to Saladar? And then even the talk of I have to find my allies where I can get them. I was like, oh my god,
Go
Saladar.
team up.
How did you
Yeah.
find out about that? Amazing.
Nope.
That's not it.
Not that. She's
So-
going the opposite way.
Yeah, we also get this weird thing about Linny having a whole bunch of sayings for Morgase, mostly directed at her relationship with Talonvar.
Yeah.
Linny's like, go for it.
Yeah.
Just
don't let the honey become too old or something before you bang it.
Taste it. Yeah. So she's the queen. He's a soldier. She's older. He's younger, etc., etc.
And it's like the age difference isn't even that bad.
No.
It's like 10 years.
Maybe.
That's what she thinks. She's like, oh, it's like 10 years probably.
It's not even.
It's like 40 to 30-ish.
Yeah, and Morgase tells Linny to shut it about Talonvar, even though he has a very well-turned calf and strong hands. Wink.
Wink, wink, wink. Okay.
Cool. I'm cool with it. So Linny seems to think so too, because she's like, go for it, girl. Go get it. Get it.
What else do you have going on here?
Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. You know,
that song, that's good.
Yeah. She's going to get it. Totally. She's
very creative lyrics.
She's 100% going to get it. So
yeah? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Although, yeah, he seems not on board. We'll see.
He's having some personal issues too.
All right. So it seems that they're close to their destination because the group asks Morgase if she's sure about her decision.
Yeah,
and
they all seem to question it.
This is where Morgase says, I'll find my allies where I can find them. And they head towards their destination of Amnesty.
Which is the home of the White Cloaks.
Okay. Is her allies the White Cloaks, as this would lead me to believe? Or...
that's the thing.
Does she have other allies that happen to be in Amnesty?
Like a eyes and ears situation.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I mean, we know there's not nobody, probably, but that's the question is, like, is it literally, like, are we going for White Cloaks?
Right. All right. So now we got our end quote, because that is actually...
that's the end.
The end of that chapter. That's where we leave this book.
Yeah.
Here we are.
End quote.
Ugh, read it. I don't understand it.
And the glory of the light did shine upon him, and the peace of the light did he give men, binding nations to him, making one of many, yet the shards of hearts did give wounds. And what was once did come again, in fire and in storm, splitting all in twain, for his peace, was the peace of the sword. And the glory of the light did shine upon him.
Because why not?
It's a lot.
It's very positive. I feel like a lot of the stuff we get at the ends and beginnings of books are often very negative, especially at the beginning where it's like, oh my god, the fires of heaven are going to rain on the earth and the dragon's going to destroy everybody.
Yeah.
This is very like, he is the peace and this is all wonderful.
Well, I mean, there's a whole lot of things about, like, even for his peace was the peace of the sword.
Yeah, and this is from, quote, the glory of the dragon.
Yeah, the fourth age.
Yeah.
So, but again, the peace of the sword is essentially saying, I'm going to keep peace with the sword.
Oh, yeah, by murdering people who won't keep peace.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly what Arthur Hawkwing did.
Yeah.
We heard about his conquest, but, like, you know, his whole conquest and everything, but...
all right.
It's kind of what Rand was talking to Davram Bashir about.
Okay. And here we are.
Rand's got a job before him.
Yeah. The end of the 5th book of the Wheel of Time.
Yes, and that's it.
That's it. Here we are. Very exciting. And now normally, after I finish a book, I get to start the next book.
Yeah, but now we got to take a little trip back, and then we can continue forward. But first, we got to do New Spring. Okay,
we are going to do New Spring. It is 100% official. We have laid out the schedule, and we have worked out 7 episodes for New Spring.
Yes.
I will be releasing that on our social media and in our Discord, letting everybody know about what our plan is.
Yep.
We're covering New Spring at this point in the series because of the TV show coming out. We will finish New Spring before the end of October, and the show comes out in November.
Yes.
So
we will be done. Yes.
We will be done, and that's when we'll move on to Book 6, Lord of Chaos. All right, that was a lot. A lot of fun. Excellent book. Excellent ending. 5 dragons.
5 dragons out of 5 dragons. Okay.
Yes. Great. For book 5. And before you use balefire to affect the entire space-time continuum, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. The Wheel Weaves is hosted by Dani and Brett, edited by Dani, produced by Dani and Brett with Essen, Passion Socks, Mozyme, Moltude, Benjamin, Michelle O'Brien, Jamie Young, Cody Fouts, Megan Smiley, and Jonathan Reese, with music by Audionautics.com. If you're interested in supporting us and the podcast, you can head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. And for all things The Wheel Weaves, like how to get in contact with us, how to find our social media, how to join our Discord, how to send us really cool shot glasses, and for just general information, you can find us at thewheelweavespodcast.com. And as always, please remember to tell a friend about us, leave that 5-star review, and hit that subscribe button. Thanks again for sticking around to the end. This is really part of the pattern now.